Well, you know what they say. Prodigy is always a prodigy that catches the eyes of the true commander. No, or maybe you're supposed to say, once again, the new generation has shown that they are something that should not be underestimated. Hi, it's me, the Angry Enemy Fan, the Despair Reviewer, trying to bring a short summary of the Kingdom Chapter 522. What can we say happened? Well, the Osen's army of his left-handed general overwhelms Kisu's army, all the while he talks down on Mouten, saying that he served well as bait, and saying he did not have any high hopes for him. We're treated to a flashback back when Mouten um, agreed to be the bait, but at the same time, when that left Osen's left general began to, I mean, he was pretty open by talking down on Mouten, saying something like, "For we, the Mako army, have the honor of boasting the greatest offensive power in all of General Olsen's routine, and in that shape or form we can crush down upon the things right when we come down to your performance, well, even assuming that you did screw up your job." So, yeah, he did not have any high hopes in the young one. Then again, that's usually the theme of the old generation here in Kingdom. They never have any faith in the young ones. Oh, yeah, and Shin is still not getting any glory. But I kind of like Morten's character, so it's okay if he gets the glory. And because what's most nice is that while the Shin China army overwhelms Sao army, Kisu of course rallies his men with a very good speech. As we said before, he was treated as a superpower in the last arc, a hidden superpower. And while we haven't really seen his true power yet, we can assume that one of his greatest power is that he inspires a very strong, what's that word, morale into his troops. Meaning that he is one that you really shouldn't look down on. I mean, he's clearly strong in martial combat too, but what I mean is one of his greatest effects, I think, as a superpower is the way that he can encourage his men. And he does that with a very long screaming speech about saying that while the army may have overtaken them and they have lost a lot of their forces, but they also have the pure manpower. So with their advantage in numbers and the quality of Regan's soldiers, our victory is assured. And that's it. That's the theme again. Soldiers of Regan. Those people will follow Kisu to the death, which they probably are doing right now. But the narrator quickly messaged that while Kisu's speech was effective, it also contained uh, a lie among one of truth. Is that the ambush and the first two waves of the Mako army had in fact slaved many of the thousands Sao troops, meaning that their numbers currently is current advance. And Kisu was aware of that while making his rallying cry. But what makes him most nervous is not the general Mako. Mako. No, he is looking a little bit farther ahead, saying that the one who he feels has the greatest threat is not Mako, it's Mouten of the Gakuga unit. And that is kind of amazing. The fact that he, even though he doesn't exactly say it himself, is acknowledged that Mouten here is the real threat. Because we are treated to his field where he reveals he already figured out Olsen's plan of strategy, and by doing that he actually worked to Olsen's favor, so to speak, because Kisu himself realizes that they were, I mean, it's pretty difficult to explain. They're talking a very long step, which is one way can how to summarize it, almost saying like Olsen had envisioned that the board will develop into this exact scenario before the battle even joined, meaning that Olsen probably knew that Ribuku will make his army do that and that Bate will do that and Moten army did that too, so they went along with it, saying something like playing the bait while leaving a larger enemy exposed and then attacking it. I mean, as I said, there's so much talking here that it would almost be better if you just had a live reaction to it. It's pretty difficult to explain. But uh, it's the for Kisu, even though he greatly acknowledges that Osen's strategy is extremely terrifying. He is also saying that the biggest threat right now is Mouten. So the chapter ends as Mouten, under his breath, realizes that Mouten realized what Osen's plan was when he sent the Gakuga 5000 units as the bait. And Moten himself also realized that, as he now saying that so at this point Moten has already uh, seen the next place on the board that Osen had envisioned. So basically, finally, someone knows what Osen is thinking. Partially. Shin, of course, is have no mentions here, which probably means that once again he will have no time to shine. But Moten is greatly determined that we will disappear from their eyes first, and with our next move claim the head of South Commander Kisu. As I said before, I would have preferred if it would have been Shin who have taken Kisu's head, not because he is the main character, but simply because it had a little bit more emotional attachment to that, given to the fact that his unit was the reason for killing his right-handed man. But who knows? Maybe they will claim Kisu head, or at least Bate. That unstable man needs to fall. So that's basically the chapter. It's a lot of talk and a lot of different strategy. With it's so difficult to explain. But hey, if you wanna tell me how you translated this chapter, go right ahead. So give me your thoughts if you have any.